Hello everyone and welcome to today's webinar. Today we're going to talk about a new feature which is called Project Benchmark. You will find this feature across all three of your MWF modules, so your wall module, floor module, and the truss module. Okay. You will find this feature under the settings tab, under wall setup tab, and this is your feature. It's called Project Benchmark, and this feature allows you to place a single benchmark which can be used across all three modules. Okay, so the way this feature works, if I just go ahead and describe it, it's basically just like any other benchmark that you put traditionally in your MWF, but instead of the benchmark being exclusive only to one module, you can now use this benchmark across all three modules. And this feature also creates a template which is associated with this benchmark. And basically it will help you align your vertical members with your joist and your rafter members as well. Okay, so the way you want to use this feature is, first thing first, we're gonna actually click on the feature. Just give it 1 sec. There you go. Once you see this dialog box, all you need to do is just select the type of the benchmark. So out of the box, MWF comes with two different types of benchmark. One's your default, and the second's your default grid, rectangular grid benchmark. Okay, so for this demo, we're just gonna go with the traditional default benchmark. Then you would need to place a prefix. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So we're gonna click on prefix and add BM as my prefix. And then the third option you have is your initial sequence number. Okay, so if you want to place multiple benchmarks, it will start with the sequence number 1, and then it will move forward from BM1. Okay, then you have a couple of templates that you can check. So we're gonna start this presentation with wood framing members. Okay, and then we'll move on to your light gauge steel members. Okay, so for the wood, I would like to place this benchmark in the wall module, in the floor module, and for the rafter module template. Okay, so I will just go ahead and click on wood template for all three modules. Okay, and then we're just gonna click OK, and then you just need to find the location where you want to place the benchmark. Okay, so for me, I'll just quickly zoom in, and just it doesn't have to be accurate. I'm just gonna go with this location and just right click on it. And there you have it. So that's your benchmark placed. Now, if I were to just frame a couple of walls, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. Just select one wall and select the second wall. Now I'm going to click on create. Once I click on templates, as you can see, we do have one new template called wood benchmark, and this would be under your default folder. Okay, we're gonna set this template as active. We're gonna click on close, and we're going to frame those two walls. Now we'll simply click on OK. And there it is. Okay, so now one of the wood member will be aligned with my benchmark, and as you can see, it will follow accordingly. Okay. Okay, so now I will actually go ahead and select my floor. Okay, I will change the module to the floor module. Okay, and even if I go under settings, I would see this feature. Okay. So the reason you have a project benchmark feature across all three modules is you can actually align with either your rafters, your floor member, or your walls. Okay, I will just go ahead and simply click on the floor profile. Okay, and now again, I don't have to create a new project benchmark because this benchmark that we created. So if you go under your instance properties, as you can see under mark parameter, you can see it's BM1. Okay, so we decided to give it a prefix called BM, and the initial sequence number was 1. So this benchmark would be useful for all three modules. Okay, so again, let's just click on the floor member. We'll click on create, and this time again we will see the new benchmark template called wood benchmark. We're going to use this template since we need to align joists with our vertical members. Okay, I will click on frame it now. I will click on again the wood benchmark template, and I will click on create. And there it is. So if I zoom in now, as you can see, the wood joist members are exactly aligned with my vertical members. Okay. This is just for your understanding. Again, it's a fairly simple way of framing your floors and walls. Okay. And now if I go to the 3D view, we will do the exact same for our rafters as well. Okay, I'll just quickly go ahead and box this. Yep, we get better understanding. So again, if I just click on my roof, as you can see, it's just a basic generic roof with I believe we do have an overhang. It's a feet of overhang. Okay, so it's a fairly simple roof. Again, we will go back to our truss module. Okay, we'll switch to truss module, and we're looking for the rafters option, which are colored purple. Okay, we'll click on create one more time. As you can see, that traditionally you would get your rafter system template, but now we do have a rafter system benchmark template. I will actually click on this, and I will also click on this option called frame it now, and click on create. Now it will ask you to select rafter alignment. We're gonna click OK. And then you just need to add number of supports. And then if you need to change or give horizontal or vertical offset to your birch mouth, you can as well, okay? So let's just go ahead and add number of supports first thing first. So that's my first, second, third, there you go, fourth. Sorry, it took me a sec. Click on finish, and as you can see, now we have number of supports as 4, okay? Again, coming back to the birch mouth, you can actually give a horizontal offset, as you can see in the preview, or the vertical offset from your vertical member. For some reason, if you forget to give it an offset, you would always have an option to set the horizontal vertical offset through the rafters properties, okay? So if you don't want to do or set up any values through birch mouth option here, you can always do it later, okay? We're gonna click OK. And there it is, okay? So our rafter is created using the benchmark rafter template, okay? And as you can see, they are also aligned with our vertical member, which are aligned with our joist, okay? So this is basically the purpose we've added this feature, okay? So if I just explain how this works, it basically makes sure that your joist, your vertical member lands on your joist, and your rafter member lands on your vertical member, okay? So that is basically all for the wood framing, okay? Again, traditionally, the way we achieved this was through, if I just basically click on any vertical member, go to the properties, if you click on the miscellaneous menu, and if you actually go to the structural member and click on edit, as you can see, the active arrangement style is already selected as benchmark, okay? And if I click on by benchmark, you have your BM1 already selected, okay? So this was the traditional way of achieving this result, okay? Because we were supposed to have a benchmark basically that helps you align your joist with your vertical member, but now basically this saves you a step. All you need to do is just place a benchmark that creates 3 templates for you, again, across 3 modules. So you have a wall benchmark template, you have a floor benchmark template, and you have a benchmark template for your rafters. Just frame your roof, wall, and floor profiles with those templates. Again, you can treat those templates as any traditional templates, okay? This is just for you to save this step, okay? You can change the members, you can adjust your first and offset, you can adjust the members orientation, justification. You can treat it as any other template out there, okay? But again, this is just to save you guys a little bit of time, okay? So again, this is the traditional way of achieving this, but now we have a feature for it, okay? Not gonna change anything. Okay, so that's pretty much for the wood framing, okay? Now we're gonna focus a little bit on LGS framing. It will be fairly similar, but for the trusses, we don't have the project benchmark template, okay? So we're gonna start with the walls again. So let's go back to our wall module. Let's click on settings and let's click on project benchmark one more time. Okay, once you see this dialog box, again, we will select the default benchmark. Again, we'll keep the same prefix and the initial sequence number, just so we don't have any duplicated benchmarks. I'm just gonna go with 2, okay? And this time I will actually select the wall module default LGS template and floor module default LGS template. Okay, so I'm not selecting any wood template and click on OK. Again, you just need to find a location and just click on it, and there is your benchmark. If I click on my benchmark, go to instance parameter, I can see it's BM2. Okay, now let's select walls. Let's go to create and let's click on templates. Okay, again, just like the wood, we have a benchmark for benchmark template for light gauge steel. We're actually going to click on this, set it as active, and close, and click on create. And click on OK one more time. Again, as I said, this is just like any other template that you would see in MWF. So you have all the features under general info, your structural tab, and your miscellaneous tab, okay? I will just go ahead and click on OK for now. And there it is, okay? I'm aware that join condition does not look perfect because I haven't configured it yet. So just an FYI, I need to configure the join. But again, just for this demo, I haven't. Okay, I will go ahead and now select my floors, okay? Let's switch to the floor module this time. And we will do the exact same, okay? So the benchmark template is already created, so all we need to do is just click on create. And there it is, you have your light gauge benchmark template, okay? Make sure to click on frame it now, that saves you additional step, and click on create. And there it is, okay? So if I zoom in, I can see that all the joist members now are aligned with my vertical members, okay? And we click on any vertical member. Let's go back to properties one more time, which is here, under miscellaneous and under structural member. If I click on edit, as you can see, again, the active arrangement style for this LGS template, again, is set to benchmark. And if I click on by benchmark, again, you see the available benchmarks, okay? So that's basically how the feature works. There you go. Now again, for some of our new friends here, if you don't see your joist in the floor plan view, I would like to add that I did actually change the view range settings before actually starting this presentation. So this is just an FYI. My view depth level is -3 feet. Okay. So if that's the issue, this is basically how you can fix it. Okay. And that's pretty much it for today's webinar, guys. If you guys have any questions, please do let me know. But again, this is how you use the project benchmark.